Okay, so we've got lawn chairs.
Woohoo! Look at us, we're like so adult-like.
We've got a picnic lunch. We have a beautiful blue sky day, and we're going to take Mike Victor uniform to a fly-in, someplace with 2 airports. We're going to fly to one airport, then another, and they both have grass strips. So this will be the first time that I've flown Mike Victor uniform under grass strip, and the first time in probably 18 years that I've landed on a grass strip.
Well then, should I be concerned?
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so pre-flight is done. Let's get in and get going.
Where?
Caution. Oil pressure.
Something's wrong with the radio. The cable running from the antenna. I have to replace it.
Okay.
So you hear that? All that static in between?
Huh?
That shouldn't be there. Oshawa ground, Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform on the main apron. Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, Oshawa ground. Mike Victor uniform requesting taxi to the active with information Bravo on a VFR flight plan to South River.
Mike Victor uniform ground runway 30, taxi Alpha Bravo cross runway 23, contact tower 1201 holding short.
Oshawa Tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform holding short 30 for takeoff.
Mike Victor uniform tower, right turn out from Bravo for takeoff runway 30.
Clear takeoff 30, Mike Victor uniform. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey. Here we go. Airspeed's alive. And we're off. Oshawa Tower, Mike Victor uniform clearing the zone to the north at 3000 climbing.
Mike Victor uniform tower, change on frequency, have a good flight.
Thank you very much, have a great day. En route 126.7.
Did you figure out what the issue was with the mic last time?
Yeah, it's all part of that. It's all part of the same problem, so I need to replace that. Can you hear that just a little bit? Yeah, so I need to replace that, and there's a noise filter for the alternator that I've ordered that we'll put on at some point. So it sounds like we've got a faulty cable running between the radio and the antenna. And I made those. I made those. So I take full responsibility for the fact that I probably didn't put the ends on quite right. Maybe it's worth having a professional make them.
Maybe. Where does one find a professional wire and assembler?
You can just order them. There's a couple places that I can order them from. Just tell them how long I need, and they'll make them for me and send them.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've done, that's something I've done, you know, hundreds of times on set. When an end gets broken and you pull the tools out of your kit and you make one, and it works fine. But I guess this time it didn't work fine. So a few weeks from now, we're gonna fly to Quebec City, and so we're gonna fly through Ottawa control space, Montreal control space, and then into the controlled space at Quebec City. I'm going to have to stay on altitude.
Yes.
I will have no choice
I'll try not to ask as many questions.
but to be vigilant with my altitude. But out here, and this is uncontrolled airspace. I mean, I could turn the radio off. Well, that's it, exactly. We could turn the radio off, we could turn our transponder off, we could go completely dark
Just fly in circles.
and just fly and do whatever we wanted, and, you know, be mindful of watching for other traffic, but
It is easier though when you can hear people and you know they're
well, yeah, you can hear people. I mean, even though there's no mandate for Canadian aircraft to have ADS-B, we have ADS-B, and we can see other aircraft that have ADS-B. And I'd say probably half of the aircraft that I see now, like that I come across, have it. And it's great to know that that aircraft on the ADS-B screen is coming towards you and what altitude and where to look, and kind of gives you a heads up. It doesn't take away the fact that you need to be vigilant and watching what's going on. That certainly helps.
That is the good part about being the passenger.
Yes. Yeah, you can read the paper.
I can read the paper.
You can read the comics, look at the window.
Look at the window, have a snack, you know, drink tea.
And so this is the point. This is a transition point in the landscape below us.
From farm to forest?
From farm to forest, yeah. So some of that farmland down there is looking pretty scrubby. That's cattle, probably. Some sort of livestock if they can get anything on it. I get the plane all trimmed up and then I lean forward, and then I lean back, and then I lean forward, and anyone watching on FlightAware, the plane's going like this.
Everybody look right.
Everybody look left. Yeah, there's cows down there.
Are you sure?
Well, they're not moose. They're too light brown to be moose. They're as big as a moose, but they're light brown. So one of the things about having a small airplane, you get to fly lots of cool places, but the airport is usually a kilometer or two away from town where you want to go, or, you know, it's too far away, you can't walk. So the space behind us is reasonably big. We can take the weight, but I tried to get a mountain bike in, and it was just a real pain. It was a pain.
Imagine, by the time you push it through,
But you get
the space and the door.
The door and everything else.
That would have been entertaining. Did you film that?
No.
Don't you think that would have been entertaining?
That would have been entertaining. Maybe I'll recreate it and stick it in the video. So I looked at a whole bunch of options. I mean, all of the YouTube blind guys use one wheels. I'm 56. I think my one wheel days are behind me, and also it's not very practical in a lot of places.
Are they? I feel like they're heavy.
Well, they are heavy, and you know, when we get to someplace like Killarney, and you've got a kilometer of gravel and dirt road to get from the airport to town, it's not practical. So I looked at a bunch of folding bicycles, and electric assisted folding bicycles and carbon folding bicycles, and they were really expensive. Then I found a guy in Toronto called Helix, and he manufactures in Toronto titanium folding bikes. And so they weigh like, each bike weighs 20 pounds, and it folds down to just about the size of the wheels. But when you unfold it, it doesn't look like a folding bike.
It's got.
Aesthetically, I always had a problem with a folding bike. It has
Is it
tiny,
the little wheels?
No, it doesn't have the tiny little wheels. It doesn't have full-size mountain bike wheels, but it has sort of a wheel in between the tiny wheel and the big. It's big enough that people don't look at it and go, tiny wheel folding bike. Which I know it shouldn't bother me, but it does. So, in a couple of weeks, he's building them for us right now. We're going to have folding bicycles to put in the back, which will sort of complete that last mile for us to get to places that we need to go to.
So that'll be open up the doors to other opportunities.
Well, yeah, and they fold. So, you know, you can fly into some place like Montreal and you can ride to the subway and then fold up the bike and get on the subway. Right? Like the stuff like that. trees, lakes, swamp, rock.
Welcome to Northern Ontario.
Welcome to Northern Ontario, yeah. It's beautiful though, but it's very inhospitable down there on the ground because both of us have tried to crash through that stuff to work.
It's not well, yeah, it's not. I would, inhospitable is a bit much, Glen.
Okay, it's not...
Lots of people live here and have for,
millennia.
time in memoriam.
Yes.
In memoriam, sorry.
It's not a walk in the park.
No.
No. No.
No. But it is fun. It's lovely.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
As long as it's not June and mosquito and black fly season.
Yeah, more towards September. September's nice. Can you help me remember when we land? The first thing I need to do is call Transport Canada, Nav Canada, and let them know that we've landed and close the flight plan.
Okay.
So they don't call me.
Yes, you have a bad habit.
Yes. I'm probably on speed dial for not closing my flight plan. Not something to laugh about, but I'm probably on speed dial.
That's good.
I'm just checking this camera. It moved, or maybe it wasn't set up properly.
What?
Still haven't figured out the GoPros. They shut off on their own, and I don't know why. I mean, I've got them hooked up to external batteries. I try to keep them cool. This one gets really hot.
Yeah.
This one that was on the roof yesterday just was burning up and shut off. The ones out on the wings, I don't know. They just randomly shut off on their own. They've got a mind of their own. I've tried everything. I mean, there's a guy on YouTube, Matt Guthmiller. I think that's how you say his last name. He's flying with a couple of reds attached.
Oh my goodness.
In his...
Well, I mean, what's he using for a lens? Because I know with our reds, the lens is the biggest part.
Yeah, so it looks like he's using probably a Canon, and the one on the panel up here, it's got to be a 15 mil lens, so it's like super wide.
I mean, I guess you have that option if you really wanted it, but...
No. I mean, only from the standpoint of I understand how to operate them, and they do exactly what I want them to do when I want them to do it because I know them inside out.
Yeah, but even if, I mean, that's if you were sitting here.
Yeah.
The reality is if you attached it out there,
Yeah, no, I don't...
who knows what would happen?
Well, that's... yeah.
First of all, you'd never do that.
No.
Because it's a huge box that would just be a mess.
It would be a... And you don't want to lose a $12,000 camera off the side of your wing with like a $20,000 lens on it.
No.
That would be a bad...
I'm sure there's someone out there who wouldn't care. I'm sure Mr. Spielberg would not blink twice.
So the newer Reds that we have, the Komodos,
Yeah.
those were designed as crash cameras, disposable crash cameras that you...
Yeah, but they're still...
Yeah.
But who organizes these types of things?
So this is the COPA flight, the Canadian Owners and Pilots Association group.
Okay.
I think from North Bay?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the ones from North Bay. So they'll be flying from North Bay to this airport.
Okay. And how did you end up being, finding out about something that's flying in from North Bay? Like,
There's
from Oshawa?
Yeah, no, there's an email group. So it's only an email group. There's no Facebook or Twitter or any sort of website called the Trillium Aviators.
Okay.
And it's an email group with hundreds of pilots on it, and they just blast out an email saying we're meeting up here, we're meeting up here, we're meeting up here. And in one of their email blasts 2 weeks ago, they said that this was happening. And then yesterday I got an email blast from them saying they're all going to Sarnia. To the fly into Sarnia?
Oh, the one when we said, oh no, we're going to go to this one.
We're going to go to this one. Because I'd rather go to this one. I mean, I don't...
You think they'll just be the two of us?
Could be. Okay, so we'll switch to the frequency of the airport we're going to.
Okay. Which is what?
Uh,
PT?
Yeah, well, I've already put it in.
Oh.
So we're going to CPE6, and I've already got it in there.
Sundridge South River traffic, this is Cessna 172, Foxtrot Mike Victor uniform, currently at 3,510 miles to the south, inbound for landing. Sundridge South River.
No one there, Jules. So we'll fly over, look for the windsock, decide which runway to use.
Okay.
Anybody in pattern have a read on the wind? Pop Julie, pop it up.
This is Mike Victor uniform. I'm just setting up to join the left downwind for runway 30 at Sundridge. The windsock's limped.
Okay, thanks. Go Julie, pop it up. We're still 33 miles out to the north.
Sundridge traffic, Mike Victor uniform, turning final runway 30, full stop, Sundridge.
Well, they were all pretty far from the end of the runway. They didn't see how bad that was.
I won't tell them.
Although they can watch it on the YouTubes later and see how bad it was.
Sundridge traffic, Mike uniform, Romeo.
So here we are. We made it to Sundridge South River Airport.
Glen totally chickened out. Glen totally chickened out and did not use the grass strip.
I landed on the gravel strip, and it wasn't my greatest landing. I was too high, too fast. But we had enough space, got it in, and there's a couple of planes that just came in on the grass.
Make sure you get my 182 in, Glen.
I'll get your 182 in. There it is.
Make sure you get this little cute little Dagobah.
So, about a dozen aircraft here at Sundridge, and we're about to leave, and we're all heading to Mattawa, which is a grass strip only. So we're probably going to do a grass strip takeoff.
Oh, are you? Okay,
well,
good.
We'll do the
I'm
grass strip,
excited.
and then we'll land on the grass strip at Mattawa.
Okay,
So loud when you say it.
Sundridge South River traffic, Mike Victor uniform taking off runway 04, Sundridge.
Here we go. Airspeed's alive. And in ground effect, gaining speed.
Rate 2204.
Mattawa traffic, Skyhawk Foxtrot Mike Victor uniform, 8 miles to the southwest inbound for landing.
Mattawa traffic, drill Bulldog clearing runway.
Mattawa traffic, Mike Victor uniform turning final 24.
That was smoother.
Mattawa traffic, Mike Victor Uniform, clear 2-4.
So we made it to Mattawa. Nice little grass strip airport. People have got their chairs set up, picnic lunch. There's probably a dozen planes here, and it's a beautiful day. And the last couple of people coming in. I think everybody's here now. So that's it for today's fly-in. Julie and I are going to head back to Oshawa, and we'll show you a little bit of that flight and the flight into the Oshawa control zone. But that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.
So gas at the Mattawa airport, $4 a liter.
Yeah, well, I had a discussion with that about that.
Okay.
Because it said it was emergency gas.
Ah, yes. You're not supposed to fly in and get it. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So they're just providing that as a last ditch. Oh no, I'm here and I need fuel. Okay, that makes sense. It's not a going concern where they fill up the tank every 2 weeks and.
No, you've got to know that it might have been there for 6 months or longer.
I mean, because you look at the airports around it, and they're a lot less expensive. I mean, you know. Okay, that makes sense. I wondered about that. Hey, Jules, for the trip home, I made cookies. So.
We did have cookies.
Yes.
Very nice.
I'll have a cookie.
Little in-flight snack.
Everybody needs an in-flight snack. So, these are the brown butter chocolate chip cookie recipe that we have on our channel, and I put in a,
Yeah, I can smell the banana. This is over the, you know.
I put in a mashed banana, or I mashed a banana into it. And banana right away.
Tastes like banana. Don't pack them near the sandwiches.
That's a joke between Julie and I. Lots of people probably share it. When you're a little kid, your mom put a banana in your lunchbox, and everything, your sandwich and everything tasted like banana. This has got just a hint more of banana flavor than being banana adjacent in lunchbox.
Yes, it is distinctly a banana cookie, but banana definitely dominates the flavor. I think the burnt butter is definitely lost.
Burnt butter's lost inside. It's got an interesting texture that the banana brought to the cookie, so it's not a crisp cookie or chewy cookie. It's a slightly cakey cookie, but it's moist. It's got a moistness to it. If you like banana and you like chocolate, this is a good cookie. This is a good cookie, and I'm going to enjoy this as we fly along. So we were just in Mattawa. We didn't see Big Joe Mufferaw. I was looking for him, and we're flying back to Oshawa over Canada's mid-north.
Oshawa Tower, this is Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform.
Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform.
Oshawa Tower, Mike Victor Uniform is a Cessna 172 currently over the town of Port Perry at 3,500 on a VFR flight plan from Mattawa, inbound for landing.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, runway 23, wind 190, 8 knots, altimeter 3012. Head right base, runway 23, report Columbus, which is 4 miles to the north.
Report Columbus, right base 23, Mike Victor Uniform.
Kilo Romeo Foxtrot, if you're able, start your crosswind turn and keep that turn going right into the downwind. There is traffic inbound from the north that I'm going to keep you ahead. Mike Victor Uniform, not below 2,000 feet for now. I'll get you to start onto a base turn now. That'll set you up on about a 4.5, 5 mile final. Currently you'll be number 5 following Cessna traffic in the right hand down.
Mike Victor Uniform, not below 2,000 and turning now for a straight in. Mike Victor Uniform.
Whiskey Mike, now start your descent now.
And I'll do the downwind check now. Can you take that, Jules, please? Everything's on.
Change it up a bit.
Everything's in.
Both. Following traffic that's
both locked.
Right base. I'll get
Mixture rich.
And you'll be number 4.
Torpedo on.
Number 4, and welcome to traffic in the air.
India Sir Tango, that traffic is just right at about short 12 to 1 o'clock on a right base down. Oscar Whiskey Tower, runway 23, wind 1908 knots, altimeter 3012, cleared right base, runway 23, report Columbus. Oscar. Whiskey Mike Lima, your traffic follow now is short final. Mike Victor Uniform, traffic to follow is about a 2-mile funnel now, runway 23.
Traffic in sight, Mike Victor Uniform.
It's number 2 following traffic, that's half-mile funnel.
Mike Victor Uniform, traffic in sight.
India Sierra Tango number 3 following Cessna traffic on a 1.5-mile funnel.
India Sierra Tango, traffic in sight.
Echo Juliet Tango, ground runway 23, wind 1806 knots, altimeter 3012, taxi Delta. Contact tower 120.1, holding short of runway 23. Other call to ground, say again. Oshawa Romeo X-ray Mike, Oshawa ground. Romeo X-ray Mike ground, taxi Delta to the T hangars. Lima Juliet ground, taxi Bravo 2 Enterprise. Whiskey Mike Lima, convenient right turn, contact ground, 118.4, clear the runway.
I'll be ground 30.
Mike Victor Uniform, Tower Cessna traffic, runway 30, clear to land, runway 23.
Mike Victor Uniform, clear to land.
India Sierra Tango, now number 2 traffic, follow mile funnel.
Number 2, India Sierra Tango.
Oshawa Tower, Golf Bravo Mike Kilo with Juliet.
Golf Bravo Mike Kilo, Oshawa turn.
Golf Bravo Mike Kilo is coming up on Hampton 3000 inbound full stop.
Mike Kilo Tower, runway 23, wind 1908 knots, altimeter 3012, cleared left base, runway 23, report Walmart.
Bravo Mike Kilo.
Delta Foxtrot Charlie, Oshawa ground. Delta Foxtrot Charlie, ground runway 23, wind 1909 knots, altimeter 3011, taxi Delta. Contact tower 120.1, holding short of runway 23, and squawk code FU 1257. Oscar Whiskey, thanks, number 3, following Cessna traffic, 1.5 final, runway 23. Whiskey Mike Lima, you ready to taxi? Whiskey Mike Lima, ground taxi 30 Charlie, Alpha CFA. Roger, you 2. Mike Victor Uniform, exit Bravo, taxiway, contact ground, 118.4, clear the runway.
Under Bravo, contact ground, Mike Victor Uniform, thank you.
India Sierra Tango, Tower cleared, touch and go, runway 23.
Clear, touch and go, India Sierra Tango. Oshawa ground, Mike Victor Uniform on Bravo, requesting taxi to the T's, please.
Mike Victor Uniform, ground taxi, Bravo Alpha Delta to the T's, and monitor ground 118.4.
Bravo to the T's, monitor ground, thank you.